It's started, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Still good to see you all here and hope you all are doing well. Basically, everyone is scared of data science, but if you enjoy and know the essence of it, it's an amazing thing. So we from SODS will continuously work towards improving by doing projects and several events. School of Data Science is a group of passionate individuals who are very enthusiastic in the field of data science. We find opportunities that further our interest and that of the whole student community in this domain and actively take part in many contests and other happenings in this regard. Our primary motto is to identify windows of growth in the subject and prepare students to follow proven pathways to attain confidence and skill in this area. So, on account of Hashing Through 2022, the national level Techno Fiesta conducted by the CSC department of Yale University, we are conducting this Tech Talk for all our peers to enrich their understanding of various advancements that are being made in the ever promising field of data science. We thank all the students and faculty members who have joined this webinar and would assure that this session is one that would go on to be etched as one of the best in terms of concept and ideas dealt with and active participation from everyone. We are extremely grateful to the support we have from our respected head of the department, Mr. Harkiran Vivek, a benevolent personality with an astute eye for opportunities that could lead to the betterment of university and the students. Our professor in charge, Dr. Shranti Sri ma'am, her principles and the zeal to work always inspire us to do a lot, and our faculty in charge, Dr. Neera Singh ma'am, in guiding us through every step we took in scheduling this wonderful event for all the enthusiasts today. To, to introduce the gathering to the eminent resource person we have with us today, I take the privilege of inviting Dr. Needle Singh, faculty in charge of SODS Club. Ma'am, could you please preside the event?
Yeah, thank you, Anisha. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. So, a very good evening to respected Dr. Puneet Mishra sir and our SODS team and dear students. I want to introduce our respected speaker, Dr. Puneet Mishra. So, Dr. Puneet Mishra sir is professor in Department of Computer Science, University of Lucknow, in itself Lucknow. Dr. Mishra sir completed Masters in Computer Science and PhD from University of Lucknow in 2002. Sir's research area is machine learning, data science, IoT, and sensors. Sir also having more than 20 years of vast teaching experience in different computer science subjects. He has 4 or 5 Best Paper Award and Best Thesis Award, including more paper published in a single year in international and conferences and journals. Okay, so also Dr. Misra sir published more than 45 papers in different reputed national and international journals conferences, including 6 book chapters and 2 books. Mr. Sir holding many administrative posts like CSI, State Student Coordinator, State Coordinator for CPMT exams, President of Football Club, Lucknow University, Dean Student Welfare of Lucknow University, CSE Department, Board of Studies member of many academic institutions, and the most important that Sir delivered more than 530 invited talks and guest lectures. So on behalf of Department of CSE, I welcome Dr. Puneet Mishra sir to deliver the lecture. Sir, Puneet Mishra sir, I'm just, yes sir, presenter access is given. Sir, you are able to unmute. Sir, unmute yourself, sir. I think already presenter access is there.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are
Okay.
audible. Namaste, sir.
Yeah. Namaste. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Dr. Neelu. It was a wonderful brief about me. I hope all participants are well adjusted
Almost.
into this, so that we can start our activity today.
Yeah.
And from the knowledge sharing bunch, I have now today two flowers. One along, I'll give you brief insight of historical vision of AI, and then I'll join it with data science. It is into another thing, what data science is, how we are going to use it, and what are the basic tools and techniques we are using it. So overall cloud, I'm going to prepare about this whole vast field. I hope everyone is going to enjoy, and if anyone has query, he or she can just jot down it in the chat box. I'll take care from there. And in case I am asking any question, please revert me on the chat box only. Please don't unmute yourself. Just write down on the chat box so that I can understand. So should I start?
Yes, sir. Please carry on, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, is that visible to everyone? My presentation visible to everyone?
Sir, I think it takes some time. It is desktop is visible. Sorry, means laptop or computer desktop. Presentation.
First screen from artificial AI to advancement in data science. I've written here.
Presentation is not it.
Okay. Just a minute. I'm trying.
Yeah, I think it takes 1 or 2 minutes.
Just a minute. I'm sharing it again.
Yeah, it is visible now. I think it may be problem with when presentation mode. Now it is visible. Just increase it, sir. Maximize the screen.
Okay, maximize.
Actually, sometimes it is a problem when presentation mode.
Okay. Now it's visible.
It is visible, sir, but maximize like it is very small.
Okay, just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible now. I think if you put in slide mode, then there is a problem. Once tried, sir.
Trying.
Sir, that is the problem. When you put in the like slide mode, na, then it is not visible. So it could be better just without presentation mode. We can continue, sir.
Okay. I'm continuing it.
Just maximize it, sir.
Sorry. Now whether it's visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've got the point that.
I think you share the system, no, sir. Sir,
I share the system with, so that in case of emergency.
yes.
Okay. So within a fraction of a second, I'm going to start it.
Yes, sir. It is fine, sir.
Now it is okay.
Yeah, it's fine, sir. Now okay.
Okay. So is there any other thing on the screen now?
No, sir. Only PPT.
Okay. So it's very good to interact on this topic, since I'm a researcher of this particular area, and I'm doing recently a few good things in the area of data science and machine learning, along with certain medical background persons. So in the near future, we are going to report a few good things in for a publication. So I hope this is. So I'm going to start my first presentation. This is about artificial intelligence and how this thing came into picture. So my first question to you all is, which is the strongest species in the universe? Can any one of you write down in the chat box, and can you tell why it is? So very good answer. I have got it's humans. So humans are considered as the strongest species in the universe due to their intelligent behavior. Now, this intelligent behavior is used by humans in decision making. So first of all, I tried to find out what is intelligence and how we inculcate these things into intelligent behavior. So I've gone through various dictionaries. I got certain meanings, and I'm showing it here. The capacity to learn and solve problems. It is from Webster's dictionary. It is called as intelligence. The ability to gain and apply knowledge or skills. This is by Oxford. And in particular, the ability to solve novel problems, the ability to act rationally, the ability to act like humans. So intelligence is not a very small thing. When we talk about intelligence, intelligence is basically defined as the ability to accomplish complex goals. Though there is not any exact definition, but intelligence means the capacity of decision making, including capacity for logic, capacity of understanding, capacity for planning, capacity for emotional knowledge, capacity of self-awareness, capacity of creativity, capacity of creative, basically problem solving and learning. These are the basic aspects of intelligence. So when we talk about intelligence, what is involved in intelligence? So like humans, when we talk about things, intelligence is required in certain persona. The first thing is ability to interact with the real world. That means to perceive, understand, and act. This requires intelligence. Even if someone says something, we have to recognize his or her speech and understand the syntax and accordingly react. This again requires intelligence. Then image understanding. It also requires intelligence and ability to take actions and have an effect. Then there's another area where intelligence is properly used, that is called as reasoning and planning. So this requires modeling the external world, given inputs, having certain ideas, solving certain new problems, planning and making decisions. The ability to deal with unexpected problems, uncertainties, and other things. Similarly, when we talk about learning and adaptation, we are continuously learning and adapting. So this also requires intelligence, since earlier we live in forests, and nowadays we are living into societies and following rules. This also this adaptation process also requires intelligence. Our internal models are always being updated. You might have been going through the phases nearby around you that a baby is learning to categorize and recognize animals. So how he or she is doing, even he is not with those animals, but by certain models, by certain toys, we are going to give them these sort of activities. So for one thing, there's our fascination with intelligence, which seemingly imparts us humans a special place among different life forms. When questions arise like what is intelligence, how can we measure intelligence, how does our brain work, all these questions are meaningful when trying to understand artificial intelligence. We know we are now surrounded by certain machines. Now these machines are simply called as computers, by giving them different names like laptops, we have smartphones. So these are universal machines now, and their potential extends uniformly over a boundless expanse of tasks. Human potentials, on the other hand, are strong in the areas long important for survival, but weak in things far removed. Imagine a landscape of human competence. This is having certain lowland labels like arithmetic, rote memorization, since nobody basically likes these sort of things. But when you are compelled or when you have certain interest, you got interest into this, then foothill like theorem proving and chess playing. Then there are high mountain peaks like locomotion, hand-eye coordination, and social interaction. These all things are there. So if we again move into imagination word, advancing computer performance is like water slowly flooding the landscape. A half century ago, it began to drown the lowlands, driving out human calculators and record clerks, but leaving most of us dry. Now the flood has reached the foothills, and our outposts there are contemplating retreat. We feel safe on our peaks, but at the present rate, those too will be submerged within another half century. So intelligence we are using everywhere. Then after that, another term came into picture, that is artificial intelligence. When we talk about this term is basically a combination of two terms. One is called as artificial, the second one is intelligence. Intelligence, I already defined, uh, try to come to your expectation, but artificial means man-made. That is not natural. That all is artificial. So the term artificial means man-made or not natural, and artificial intelligence means intelligence which is created by man and it is not natural. So if I go through certain definitions, there are n number of definitions. Computers with the ability to mimic or duplicate uh, some portions of human brain, then this is called an intelligence. Then artificial intelligence, AI, is intelligence exhibited by machines. Again, now if we talk about different definitions, there are n number of definitions. We'll find out in 1955 there was a conference. The summer of 1956 was very happening. A 2-month workshop was conducted at the Dartmouth College, and the attendees list comprises of various researchers in the area of AI. And those all top shots were basically did many various things, like Marvin Minsky was there. He was an leading AI researcher at that time. John McCarthy creator of Lisp, was there. Then Claude Shannon, he is Nobel Prize winner, along with several other people were attended this workshop. And in 1956, in that conference, John McCarthy and other research fellows whom I named, they were the first one to define the term artificial intelligence, and they had given one rough definition about it. The goal of AI is to develop machines that behave as though they were intelligent. And after that, there came a lot of things into picture, and there were many definitions, like I've written here: artificial intelligence is intelligence exhibited by machines. So what is the difference between intelligence and artificial intelligence, if I talk about? So very basic points are there. You know that we humans have the excellent learning capabilities. And how do we learn? We learn naturally. So intelligence is a natural phenomenon. But when we talk about artificial intelligence, it is programmed by human beings. Now, when we talk about intelligence, intelligence increases with experience and hereditary. And do you have any answer about the question that I'm going to ask just now, that whether there is any relation of intelligence with hereditary things? Any one of you? Any one of you? If you have any answer, just chat, write in the chat box. Okay, I'm going to tell you this time that no, Ramakrishna, it is not there, that we don't learn from hereditary. We learn from our environment. In which environment you will stay, that environment gives you intelligence about that thing. So in artificial intelligence that we follow, nothing called hereditary, but systems do learn from experience and environment. Intelligence requires basically, artificial intelligence requires power, electrical energy to get output. But when we talk about natural intelligence, it doesn't require any sort of any power or electricity from outside, which is required to generate the output. Rather, knowledge is good for intelligence. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence is created, but intelligence is not created. It is basically exercised. So intelligence is possessed by humans. No one is expert. You can get better solution from another human being. Similarly, when we talk about expert systems are made which have the capabilities of many individual persons, experience, and ideas. Intelligence increases by supervised and unsupervised teaching and learning. The AI capabilities can be increased by other means apart from supervised and unsupervised teaching learning. Now, I'm going to get into much more deeper. Basically, what is artificial intelligence? So there are n number of definitions which were given by different researcher at different places. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to uh, uh, give you those definitions. A field, AI basically, it is a field that focuses on developing techniques to enable computer systems to perform activities that are considered intelligent in humans and other animals. We try to make humans, we try to give humans, other animals, artificial intelligence, but we couldn't succeed. There were experiments. Another definition was given. This was given by John McCarthy, who basically invented Lisp programming. the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs, it is related to the similar task of using computers to understand human intelligence, but AI does not have to confine itself to methods that are biological observable. This was said by John McCarthy. Another definition was given: the design and study of computer programs that behave intelligently. This was given by Dean Allens and Alimonos. Similarly, when we talk about AI broadly defines, basically it is concerned with intelligent behavior in artifacts. Intelligent behavior in turn involves perception, reasoning, learning, communicating, and acting in complex environment. This was given by Nelson. And then there's another definition. This was given by Russell and Novik. You might be studying this book, The Study of Rational Agents That Exist in an Environment and Perceive and Act. So these are different definitions. I have collected other definitions as well. Hogland in 1985 told about artificial intelligence that the exciting new efforts to make computers things, machines with minds in the full form and literal sense, is basically governed by artificial intelligence. Similarly, Bellman in 1978 has given this definition: the automation of activities that we associate with human thinking, activities such as decision making and problem solving learning. In 1985, Charnak and McDermott has given the definition: the study of mental faculties through the use of computational model is called as artificial intelligence. Similarly, in 1992, Winston has given one definition: the study of the computations that make it possible to perceive, reason, and act. Cruisewell in 1990 has given the definition: the art of creating machines that perform functions that require intelligence when performed by people. This overall research work I had done in connection with trying to define artificial intelligence in a simpler and a different way, but all aspects are covered by different persons already. The study of how to make computers do things at which at moment people are better. This was given by Richard Knight in 1991. A field of a study that seeks to explain and emulate intelligent behavior in terms of computational processes. This was given by Shackloff in 1990. The branch of computer science that is concerned with the automation of intelligent behavior. This was given by Luger and Stubblefield in 1993. So there are n definitions, and these are the definitions I told you, but these are definitions which has given to different context. Bellman in 1978 has given the automation of activities that we associate with human thinking. This was basically considered that a machine is thinking like a human. Just see the aspects. The study of mental faculties through the use of computational model. That means the machine is thinking rationally. Then there's another definition was Cruisewell in 1990. The art of creating machines that perform functions that require intelligence when performed by people. That means machine is acting like a human. And there's another aspect of acting rationally. It is the branch of computer science that is concerned with the automation of intelligent behavior. This was given by Luger. So this was the basic. So in my opinion, if I talk about AI is the branch of computer science which is concerned with the study and creation of computer systems that exhibit some form of intelligence, systems that learn new concepts and tasks, systems that can reason and draw useful conclusion about the world around, systems that can understand a natural language or perceive or comprehend a visual scene, and the systems that perform other types of feats that require human types of intelligence. So overall conclusion is this: Then there was you might have gone through different devices which we are carrying nowadays. Alexa is there, Siri is there. These are intelligent devices. So actually, this is not a brainchild of today. This is basically coming, the idea of basically artificial intelligence originated from this experiment only, which is termed as Turing test. This test basically provides an answer to the question, can machines think, in operational language? And the overall thing was given by British mathematician. His name was Alan Turing. He is one of the founders of computer science, and he is also known as father of artificial intelligence. More than 50 years ago, he has predicted this thing, and he has gone through this concept of thinking machines. At that time, in his times, computers were very slow. These are not fast as today. And Turing at that time left a benchmark test for intelligent computer. So what he did, uh, the experiment is in front of you. Um, there are two, you can see my cursor. There are two portions. There's one interrogator and there are two persons sitting there. Okay. If the interrogator cannot distinguish the human from machine solely on the basis of their answers to questions, then the machines can be assumed intelligent. In different books, you might find different stories about this thing. Earlier, this was phased in different manner. In first phase, this interrogator isolates himself from a man and a woman sitting here. Same questions are asked to both man and woman through a neutral medium, like a typewriter. And each party is isolated to separate in separate room to eliminate the visual or audible clues. Now, questions asked included calculation of multiplication of big numbers and also some questions on lyrics, English literature. In the second phase, the man is replaced by a computer without the knowledge of the interrogator. So the interrogator now cannot distinguish between a man, woman, and a machine. Rather, he knows them as A and B. Paraphrased in terms of intelligence, Turing test may be stated if the conversation with a computer is indistinguishable from that with a man, the computer is displaying intelligent behavior. So, if we cannot tell the difference between a person, that is natural intelligence, and a machine, which is based on artificial intelligence, they must be the same. So, if the interrogator could not distinguish between a man imitating a woman and a computer imitating a man, the computer succeeded in passing the test. Or in other words, the goal of machine was to befool the interrogator into uh, this believing that it is a person. If the machine succeeds at this, then it will be concluded that the machine can think. So Turing wrote this paper, and this was very well taken by the society. There were certain discussions going on, and the concept is wider gone through. There were people who supported this thing. There were people who were against this thing, and there came strong AI and weak AI concept. So in computing machinery and intelligence, the Alan Turing made claim that by the year 2000, computers would be able to pass Turing test at a reasonably sophisticated level. Today we have smart machines, but still no one is able to pass this Turing test, since for human-like intelligence we require other things as well, not only intelligence. Any machine or computer system needs to possess different capabilities like natural language processing, knowledge representation, automated reasoning, and then there came the concept of machine learning. Along with that, certain other things are also required like computer vision, robotics, since machines have this sort of capability. So these all disciplines basically compose most of the AI. This was thought earlier on, but now AI has various tentacles. I'll come to that also. So what Turing test gave to us? It gave an objective notion of intelligence. Basically, it discussed rather the nature of intelligence, whether it is artificial or natural. And it also has given a way to avoid confusion by looking at how computers reasons or if it is conscious. The Turing test can, of course, be generalized to other fields beside conversation, but it focuses too much on human behavior. We are not trying to build humans. We already know how to do this. Then strong discussions were gone on to that. People said the Turing test is a one-sided affair. The machine that passes the test should certainly be considered intelligent, but machine could not still be considered intelligent without knowing enough about humans to imitate a human. Turing tests have come under severe criticism. There are different reasons for that. Some people argued that the Turing test makes the machine intelligence fit into human mold. Perhaps machine intelligence is simply different from human intelligence. Therefore, trying to evaluate in human terms, a machine in human terms, which is a fundamental mistake. And the second thing, even if a machine passes the Turing test, we cannot say about the proficiency it has achieved. It is simply the level of proficiency the programmer who has programmed it. That means the level of programmer decides the intelligence of the machine. So these were the discussions. Then people came up with another test, which is termed as Chinese room test. I'll not go into much detail, but I'll give you an idea that how it counterparted the Turing test. The Chinese room test was given by Searle. He proposed the experiment of Chinese room to bring into limelight the major flaws of Turing test. And the Chinese room is thought of an experiment in which we are asked to imagine a room. Think of a room. Think of a room which contains a complete set of instructions for manipulating and combining Chinese characters. Now, these instructions are written in English and can be implemented by a group of people who can follow those instructions. So there are certain persons in the room, they can read English, but they don't know Chinese. And there are certain instructions written in English, and there are certain characters written in Chinese. So they have to follow English language to do certain things in Chinese. And how? So what sort of thing was that? Suppose a story is passed into the room, followed by a series of questions about the story in Chinese. So the instructions are, since written in English, these can be implemented by a group of people who can follow the instruction, matching the characters on the basis of appearance. So by referring to their rules, the people in the room are able to produce a third set of Chinese characters representing the answers. So this was the background behind overall story. So what was the conclusion from taken from this? In this way, Searle basically showed and argued that people can behave as if they are fluent in a foreign language, while actually they are unable to understand a word of it. Since they don't understand Chinese, what they are following instructions. So as our machines or computer do, we give them in our language, and they translate into some other language, machine language, and then they do certain calculations, and after all, result is again taken into machine language. Afterwards, it is again converted. So hence, if a machine passes the Turing test, it cannot be assumed to be intelligence, as it only manipulates formal symbols but lacks understanding. So this is the way behind Searle experiment of Chinese Roon test. Uh, he basically tried to convince people, but as of today, Turing test is the ultimate test. A machine must pass it in an order to be called as intelligent. Till today, no computer program based machine, even on optical or biological computer, has ever succeeded in doing so. If and when does it happen, it will open a Pandora box of ethical and uh, philosophical questions. After all, if a computer is perceived to be intelligent as a person, then what is the difference between a smart computer and a human being? So every year there is a competition competition for Loebner Prize. It is awarded to the program that comes closest to the passing version of Turing test. People have made chatbots nowadays, um, um, which has a persona and name like Alexa and Siri. They chat to different persons, and these are capable of dealing with changes in context or abstract ideas, and succeeds only at momentarily tricking people for only pre-programmed answers. So if in humans like us, we have ideas, we have mind, we have theorem proving capabilities. These can be still a very long way to go to this AI segment. So there are different academic disciplines which are relevant to AI, like philosophy. We have logic method for reasoning, mind as physical system, foundation for learning, language, rationality. Philosophy has given these things into AI. Every subject has contributed something to AI, mathematics for formal representation and proof, algorithm computation, and in trackability and trackability, decidability and undecidability. These are terms taken from mathematics. Then probability or statistics modeling, uncertainty, learning from data. These are taken from statistics. Then economics has given game theories, utility, decision theories, rational economic agents like there. Then neuroscience, neurons as formation of processing units. You might have gone through a subject like ANN. Again, ANN is doing great in solving real life problems, but still the machines have long way to go to have human intelligence. Similarly, psychology has given how do people behave, how they perceive, process cognitive information, how they represent knowledge, and cognitive science is nowadays also used. There are many researches going on. Then computer engineering, building fast computers, control theory for designing systems that maximize an objective functions over time. Um, uh, uh, these are the things. Then uh, if I talk about AI pharmacy, we have n number of things. We have logic, reasoning, there, propositional logic, predicate logic. There are n number of logics we have. We have learning capabilities. Just see this pharmacy, you will find solutions for everything, and even literature is solving there are n number of branches of AI, including natural language processing. Natural language processing is basically processing and understanding human or natural languages. Then we have another area where AI is used for knowledge representation or knowledge engineering, that is turning what we know about a particular domain into a form in which a computer can understand it. Then planning, another area. The planning is given a set of actions, a goal state and a present state, and decide which action must be taken so that the present state is turned into goal state. Then machine learning is another area in which programs that learn from experience. Then pattern recognition is an area where patterns are exercised, and natural language tests are there. Then speech recognition, conversion of a speech into text. Then searching is a very big area of AI where we use AI, the finding of a path from a start state to goal state. AI programs often examine large number of possibilities, move into a chess game or inference by a theorem proving program. Discoveries are continually made about how to do this more efficiently in various domains. Similarly, we have inference. There are n number of fields of AI nowadays, even including genetic algorithm, genetic programming, which is also called as it is a technique for getting programs to solve tasks by mating random lists programs and selecting fittest in millions of generations. Similarly, we use Bayesian networks also, which is a technique for structuring and in inferencing with probabilistic information. Similarly, neural network techniques are also used, which is basically the study of programs that function in similar manner as human brains does. Similarly, heuristic is a very big area, which is a way of trying to discover something or an idea embedded in a program. The term is used increasingly in AI. Heuristic functions are used in some approaches to search to measure how far a node is in a search tree seems to be from goal. Heuristic predicates compares two nodes in a search tree to see if one of them is better from the other or not. These sort of things. Then ontology, which is a study of kinds of things that exist, that is also used in AI. Then epistemology, that is a study of kinds of knowledge that are required for solving problems in the world. So solving problems in the world. These are different areas in which AI is used. Coming on to since I'll not waste much of your time. In the end, I'll say that AI is basically the field that has given us different ideas and different things. Artificial intelligence basically refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think like humans and mimic their actions. So AI has basically generated various areas, and based on data, knowledge, information, things, it has come to a different part. Now I'm going to share my second presentation, which is on data science, and I'll include into this how data is managed. And if you have any query in this part, we can have take it at our later phase when question and answers will be there. So this is the first part. I tried to track down from intelligence to AI and how AI is impacting different things. This is the first phase, and now I'm sharing my second screen. Just a minute. Just a minute. Now I'm ending this. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, data science.
Okay. So this is my second phase in which I'm going to tell you about something about um, data science, and I'll try to inculcate things what this data science is and how data science is related to AI and other related fields. I'm talking about machine learning. I'm talking about so how these things are related. So just a minute. So what I'll carry on to this, there are a number of aspects, and I'll start from here. Data, everywhere data. So basically what data means, or basically for what purpose this data is utilized. I'm quoting one quote from Arthur Conan Doyle. He said, "Data, data, data." He cried impatiently, "I can't make bricks without clay." So that is the basic idea behind today's data science, and I'll talk about this how and what basic aspects of data science we are going to inculcate today. So nowadays we are having certain terms like big data, we have data science, and we have uh, different related terms. So how to collaborate these all, and what is the purpose behind this all data? So nowadays we are generating enormous data from various our devices like mobile phones, our electronic gadgets. Even in healthcare, we are using IoT devices, and those are generating a lot of data. So basically, when we talk about data, so earlier uh, uh, the aspect was that there were conventional analytical tools like Microsoft Excel. We can exercise 1 terabyte data from that. But as soon as this big word of data has joined the concepts like variety, velocity, and volume, uh, uh, there's a huge increase in data flow, and for that from big data applications like medical care, healthcare are there, government projects are there, public goods are there, financial markets are there. So even energy control data is there, anomaly detection is there, crime prediction data is there, risk management data is there. So no matter what business is considered, data have taken a strong impact on every sector. And most of the businesses today are now data driven businesses. So they, it is a good thing that if you have enormous data, data are quickly now becoming a new form of capital, a different coin, and an innovative source of value. Which it has been mentioned above how relevant it is to channel the power of the big data into efficient strategy to manage and grow the businesses. So there were two concepts from this all data. Let the data speak. This was the approach which we used earlier on. But nowadays, there's another approach came into picture. We don't know what we don't know. So these two things are contradictory, some sort of. Since if the data is speaking, we have to know everything. And there's another thing, if we don't know what we don't know. So if we come across these 2 points, we will come across certain misconceptions about data. Now, what are these misconceptions? There are 4 misconceptions about data. People try to figure out n number of data into their research work, but more data doesn't mean higher accuracy. Since not all data are good quality data, and tainting a data set with dirty data could compromise the final products. So data is required, but accurate data is required. So it is similar like if I give quote an example of blood transfusion. If a non-compatible blood type is used, the outcome can be catastrophic for the whole body. And secondly, there is always the risk of overfitting data into the model, which will not derive any further insight. That means if you torture the data enough, the nature will always confess. In all applications of big data, you want to avoid striving for perfection. Too many variables increase the complexity of the model without necessarily increasing accuracy or efficiency. More data always implies higher cost and not necessarily higher accuracy. Now, these costs include higher maintenance cost, both for physical storage and for model retention. Greater difficulties in calling the shots and interpreting the results, more burdensome data collection and time opportunity costs. So you have to collect data, but data is to be more accurate. The second misconception about data is if you want to do big data, you have to start big. That means a good practice for investing heavily in technology and infrastructure for big data is to start with few high value problems that validate whether big data may be of any value to your organization. Since once the process is scaled up, it basically shows the impact of big data. Then there's third misconception about data. So data equals objectivity. That means data need to be contextualized. That means it should be according to our context. And their objective meaning changes depending on the context. Even though it may sound a little bit controversial to all, but data can be perceived as objective when it captures fact from natural phenomena, or subjective if it reflects pure human or social constructs. So in other terms, we can say data can be factual, the one that are univocally the same no matter who is looking at them, or conventional social. So there are different sort of data. And the fourth misconception is your data will reveal you all the truth. Data on its own are meaningless if you do not possess the right question first. Readapting what deep thought says basically, suppose our human brain has to take certain idea from data. What it has to do? It has to go through from every data set. And since if the data is not precise, and quantitative questions could be more efficiently replied by human being. So there are two approaches which I told you earlier. There was a concept like let the data speak approach, which was highly insufficient, resource consuming, and potential value destructive. Nowadays, we come across another thing which I already told you, an intelligent data discovery process, which has certain exploratory analysis and highly valuable. We don't know what we don't know. So people said different terms like data mining is there, databases are there, but still we have to go through big data and we have to come across data science. So what are the things behind? So I'll talk about this term, but before that I'll give you certain good things about this data science. That is, this is a data science cloud which gives you what things are basically related to it. Data mining is a part of it, web marketing, analytics, predictives, machine learning, vision. So in computers, everything is interdisciplinary. And one thing has given a different name. And when we include it with different thing, it is used for different thing. So when we talk about data science, there's another slide I'm going to show you. What data science basically requires. So I'm showing you a picture which basically is data science. Basically, it requires domain knowledge, research analysis, mathematical and statistical aptitude, machine learning, computer science, and data engineers at this part. And not a single thing. There are n number of things. We have in domain knowledge, we require certain client requirement according to his or her area, in which area he or she is working. Then the second thing is highlight important criteria. Third thing is easier explanation of technical concept. So I'll come into this later on once I give you the definition of data science. So what is data science basically means? So huge amount of data is there with us, and what we have to do, we have to extract data from different thing. We have to prepare data, we have to analyze data, we have to visualize data, and we have to maintain so that we can get information. And data can be achieved from various sources like experimentation, just by going through certain books or going through certain researches. There are n number of things from where data can be. So the basic definition of data, all know, we require information for that. So data science, it is a cross-disciplinary field which uses scientific methods and processes to draw insight from data. Another definition I'll quote here: data science is a deep study of massive amount of data, which involves extracting meaningful insights from raw, structured and unstructured data that is processed during the scientific methods, different technologies and algorithms. So this is all about data science, how it is defined. Now I'll move into a different aspect of this. What sort of domain expertise a data scientist should have? So these are topical analytic techniques. which I explained you earlier. In whatever area you are working, you require a domain expertise. Then for markets, you need a business analysis. For again market portion, stakeholder management. Then you have certain storytelling ability, business communication, consulting, problem solving. These are the basic uh, techniques which are used in this area of data science as a technique. Now, I'm going to relate it. Most of the time I'm talking it as a multidisciplinary field. Why it is multidisciplinary? Since data science is a tentacle of AI. Now it is utilizing statistics, mathematics, and other concrete methods or concrete fields which are taken or imbibed as a part, and these has given certain tools and techniques to manipulate the data so that you can find something new or meaningful from large data sets. Data science basically uses the most powerful hardware, programming systems, and most efficient algorithms to solve the data related problems. It is the future of artificial intelligence. Again, coming back to this, what is the future of artificial intelligence? Describing about data science, describing about data. Another basically definition says it is a multidisciplinary field or approach to extract actionable insight from the large and ever increasing volumes of data collected and created by today's organization. So nowadays organizations are different. They extract information from various sources, they compile information, and from where this information, they want to have their strategies live. So to do that, data science is required. Data science basically encompasses preparing of data for analysis and processing, performing advanced data analysis, and presenting the results to reveal patterns and enable stakeholders to draw informed conclusions. So, in short, we can say about the data all about that means asking from correct questions, analyzing the raw data. It is the first step. Then modeling the data using various complex and efficient algorithms. There are n number of algorithms already present in data science. Those we are using. Those we are using. Then visualizing the data to get better perspective. That is there. And then understanding the data to make better decisions. So just a minute, I'll have a break. I'll drink water. Just a minute. So, so from AI, if we see, there's a different story altogether in data science. It requires a brief thing, which is data. Now, the example. And how research, what researchers are doing. So, suppose we want to travel from station A to station B by car. Now we need to take some decisions, such as which route will be the best route to reach faster at location, in which route there will be no traffic jam, and which will be cost effective. All these decision factors will act as input data, and we will get an appropriate answer from these decisions. So this analysis of data is called as data analysis, which is a part of data science. So data analysis and data science, these are two different fields. So this is just only, so most of people were thinking that these can be addressed by simple doing certain database applications or doing certain programming techniques. So just think of Google Maps. What they do, whether it's India, whether it's Asia or Europe, whether it's any country like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, everyone's data is there. So huge data is generated, and just you see how accurate information they are going to generate of your street, and well-defined plan about restaurants, medical shops, where you have to go, right path, where's the jam. All things are there into that simple application. So when it is used by crores and multifold crores of people in across the world, this comprises of data science. So data science is not a theoretical thing. It is basically application oriented thing. In recent years, the field of data science has received increased attention since uh, 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 there's a capability of advanced analytics, improving data models, and cultivating new algorithms in this area. Uh, uh, Neighboring fields of mathematics, statistics, and computer science are helping that thing. So, if we look at a holistic view, data science is going to just now begin, and it is going to give us a lot of things. Just think of different applications only. So what are different domains of data science? So there are n number of domains of data science. If I talk about different domains, so you'll find different domains like statistical learning, machine learning, probability models, artificial intelligence, visualization, pattern recognition, uncertainty, even mathematics, statistics, operation research is an area which is used in data science. Predictive analytics is used. Even you might have heard about time series analysis. This is again a part of this thing. This is also used here. Signal processing is there. Computer science. So anyone who is from these fields or any specific field, he or she can contribute to different data science areas. Now, what is the need of data science? Some years ago, data was less and mostly available in a structured form. Like we have Microsoft Excel. Data can be stored into Microsoft Excel sheet. We can use certain BI tools into that, and uh, this this is the way of this is the way we process that data. But in today's world, the data is becoming vast. Approximately 2.5 quintal bytes of data is generating on every day, which led to data explosion. We are now talking about data explosion. Since it is estimated, as per researchers, that by 2020, uh, just the year we finished a year before, 1.7 MB of data will be created at every single second by a single person on earth. And every company requires data to work, grow, and improve their businesses. And after pandemic, there's a huge increase in this amount because we have classes there, we have different interactions online only. So data is generated now multiple times of this 1.7 MB of data. So now, how to handle this huge amount of data? This is again a challenging task for every organization. So to handle, process, and to analyze this data, some complex, powerful, efficient algorithms, technology, and technology came into existence is named as data science. So this is the thing behind how data science came into picture. And there are some reasons for this data science technology. With the help of data science, with the help of data science technology, we can convert the massive amount of raw and unstructured data into meaningful insights. So it gives us basically a meaningful way of representing data, so that information can be accessed and utilized. Data science technology is opting by various companies, whether it is a big brand or a startup. Google, Amazon, Netflix, which handle the huge amount of data, are using data science algorithms for better customer experience. We have different algorithms for customer feedback. We have different algorithms for how to basically customize our customers. So that is the thing. Data science is working for automation of transportation, such as creating a self-driving car, which is the future of transportation. Different gadget-prone devices are coming. Different gadgets are also coming. Different chips are generating data of our health, for our prediction of different diseases. Data science can help also in generating predictions such as various surveys, elections, flight tickets, confirmation, etc. This is again based on real-time data. So this prediction will be far more better what we see in nowadays in different channel-based, TRP-based surveys. So what is the need of data science? Again, revolution of technology has taken this thing, and again we have come to data science. Just see my cursor. Data flow, unstructured data, data storage, lack of predictive analysis, and lack of scientific insights have came into this particular area, in which we have to do decision making, predictions, and pattern discovery. And for these reasons, data science is basically came into picture. The principal purpose of data science is to find patterns within data. It uses various statistical techniques to analyze and draw insights from the data, from data extraction, wrangling, and processing. A data scientist must scrutinize the data thoroughly. So why data science? Extracting data. First, you have to extract data. Again, extracting data is a bigger challenge since a large amount of data. How to extract these? Again, they have to take for data analysis and processing, and again, from there it has to take in from generating insight from data. So data is oil for today's world. With the right tools, technologies, algorithms, we can use data and convert it into distinctive business advantages. Data science can help you to detect fraud using advanced machine learning algorithms. It helps us to prevent any significant monetary loss. It allows us to build intelligence ability in machines, intelligent ability in machines. Then sentiment analysis can be gauged for brand loyalty. It enables basically data science application mentor to have better and faster decisions. It helps to recommend the right product to the right customer to enhance the business. Now, the history of data science came from this particular place. There are certain people from corporate industry and business people, their requirements are different. And academia, engineering, mathematics, computer, hobbyists are different fields. And so Taylorism was adopted majorly across industrial revolution in 1955. Then Peter Drucker, a management guru, introduced the idea knowledge worker concept in 1965. Then Kaizen and Toyota production system is being adopted in manufacturing in 1975. Uh, these all were implemented because of the efforts from academia, engineering, and mathematics, math, computer hobbyists. In 1955, along with computers and AI, were extensively researched after World War II. 1965, the HP 9100A, the world's first desktop computer, came into there. John Tukey, through his book Exploratory Data Analysis, showed the importance of visualizing data and how it impacts these things. Then in 1985, operating system made debut in the market with MS Windows. Similarly, Excel came into picture in 1985. Excel became the go-to tool among knowledge workers. Then when these two wings combined in 1995. There came internet. The world is connected. In 2000, dot-com boom was there. In 2005, service industry transformed customer experience and they improved with data. Amazon, Facebook, and Netflix came into these things. In 2010, smartphone intensified customer obsession and era of on-demand economic starts. Uber came into picture. There are a number of companies like Uber came there. Then in 2015, machine learning and all main AI becomes the mainstream computation intensified with GPUs. These were the basically history behind how data science came into picture, and nowadays we are handling data science. Broadly, these have been the people from two schools of thought, and the industry and the business and the corporate on one side, and the engineers, computers, hobbyists, and academia on the other. In 1955, the midst the second industrial revolution, terrorism, scientific management was extensively adopted in industries. So these I've told you earlier. So 1965 was the time then when HP developed the first desktop computer, and on the corporate side, Peter Drucker introduced the concept of knowledge management. Drucker's theory mentioned that people who think for a living, the accountants, consultants, and scientists are the most important resource of any organization. 75 was the time academia realized the importance of data analysis. Then operating system came into picture, and in internet in 1994 has given different services. Internet was a crucial invention of this 100-year that influenced data science widely. What we have today, internet was a game changer for business and computer folks. They started to work together and closer. And at the start of this new millennium, dot-com companies started to proliferate around the internet. Almost every type of business, from florist to restaurant, they had an online service, and it was like a gold rush. A lot of these companies also went public quickly with skyrocketing valuations that led to the dot-com bubble, which did burst in a hurry. And by 2005, with a decade of internet, things has stabilized, and companies like Amazon, Netflix came, and they tried to do things at the customer's place. Google and Facebook also made entry during this decade, and all these businesses were at that time entirely digital. Uh, After this started, desktop put a digital device in every household. Smartphones made it possible to track every person with his digital footprints. By 2015, so much data was generated from digital device that it is necessitated that the need for large-scale data analysis is required. Machine learning algorithms had significantly evolved by now, and GPU processing made AI operational. So the data science that we have today did not spread out of thin air, but like any other lasting thing, evolved. As you may observe, data science or learning from data is not something new, and has been around for many decades, but in different flavors. The seed for this idea was laid by Frederick Taylor's scientific management theory. When companies today track their customer or employees to improve their service offerings, a few attribute this as digital Taylorism. In summary, only terminology is used has changed over decades or will change, but the methodology of improving through data will prevail. Hence, it is not the time to fear about data science taking over, but to try to embrace it, as it will touch every aspect of our lives and will impact every decision we make in our future. These are the different components. We have expertise from business and domain expertise. We have computer science specialists, and we have traditional software persons. Like it, these are combined with mathematics and statistics, including data analysis and machine learning. Then there's another way to look at that mathematics and statistics is with computer science giving you machine learning, which in turn giving you data science. Then business domain expertise are doing data analysis and statistical research, and traditional software and data processing is there. So this is another different way of looking it at. There are classification and regression models we use, and that this picture I have told you already during our first thing. What are the basic components? Mainly statistics is arrived, then domain expertise is required, and there's another term which we included nowadays is data engineering, which is a part of data science, which involves acquiring, storing, retrieving, and transforming the data. So data engineers also, it also requires metadata, that is data about data, so that data can be extracted. Then visualization is required. Data visualization means representing data in visual context so that the people can easily understand the significance of data. Then advanced computing, heavy lifting of data science is the advanced computing. Advanced computing involves designing, writing, debugging, and maintaining the source code for computer programs. Then mathematics and machine learning also there's a part. Prerequisite for data science. What are the pre-requirements for buddies like who are just started studying computer science as a subject? The first thing is required is curiosity. I think all of you have this thing that is to learn about data science. When you have curious, you ask various questions, and then you can understand the business problem easily. Similarly, critical thinking is required. Then communication skills is again the important thing which is required there. Then there's the technical prerequisite for technical persons like you. You have the concepts of machine learning required there. Mathematical modeling concepts are required. Statistics basically concepts are required. Similarly, computer programming concepts are required, and databases concept is also required. So such as SQL, if you're doing, and if you are programming into R, Python, Spark, so these languages are used for data science. Similarly, statistics, so mean, mode, median, and how statistics is applied, and how to take inferences, that is again basic requisite. So how why you are willing to learn data science, since you require pay cost cutting technology is there, ease of job hunting क्योंकि आने वाला समय because the coming time is for this thing. Then business optimization is there. You can start your own startups. There are multiple job designations are also there. I'll share you. So since AI is the future, and it is the core of decision making, data science is used everywhere. Whenever it comes to decision making in business, the element of guts, instincts, and human biases are deeply rooted. When the decision fails, it starts a blame game with no one to take accountability and responsibility. So a lot of time and money is spent identifying the root cause and resolution of why decision did not yield the expected result. This further translates into loss of money and productivity of the organization. For removing this all, data science is there. It empowers the organization to take decision based on quantifiable and data-driven evidences. It rules out the decision traps such as human biases, judgment, etc. Another way of data science aids in better decision making is through speed. Today's organizations operated in highly dynamic area, volatile area, uncertain area, and complex markets are there. Agility, flexibility, and adaptability have become crucial parameters to respond to a situation. This means that some decision need to be taken quickly in real time to make the most business opportunity effectively. So data science can do that for business, right from understanding customer behavior and personalizing customer experiences to keep up to date view of financial transactions and engaging employees to seamless supply chain management. Data science can be highly instrumental. So where we can use data science. Data science can disrupt strategy and decision making in 4 ways, since it has the capability like descriptive analytics, that is what happened. Then there's another term which we use nowadays, diagnostic analytics, why something happened. Then predictive analytics, what is likely to happen, and prescriptive analytics, what action to take. So in a nutshell, data science takes a complete picture into account to make a data-centric business impact. So what is the life cycle of a data science? So basically, Microsoft Azure has standards with the added features to accommodate additional requirements. We discusses goal, task, and deliverables in each state. Basically, stages can be divided into five parts: business understanding, data acquisition and understanding, modeling, deployment, and customer acceptance. So this is the picture which I want to share. You have to start, then you have to the first part, which is a orange color circle here, business understanding. From here, we have to go to data acquisition and understanding. For that, we require certain data sources. We pipeline something. We fetch data um, through these pipelines through certain environments, and after this, we do exploration and cleaning of data. So this is all we do. Then afterwards, there came the aspect of modeling. Modeling has two again aspects: feature engineering and training validation evaluation. So feature engineering, you check out from large number of parameters what in current context, what parameters are required that are first scaled. Then we have to go for more deployment portion. This deployment portion is basically either web-based or service-based model store. It stores in the form of either reports, charts, dashboard, or intelligent applications. And from here, customer acceptance is, if it is there, then this is the end of the overall data science life cycle. So it is just like as we do programming. So this is the process of data science discovery. This step involves acquiring data from all identified internal and external sources of the organization, which helps the person to answer the business questions. The data can be logs, either logs from the web servers you can jot down, or data gathered from different social media sources, even census data sets, and even data streamed from online sources using APIs, like we did in prediction of stock market behavior in India. We have taken data from DEPT and all different online sources, and we paid for this data set, and we used it. This is the first portion. Then after taking this data, what we did, there were inconsistencies like missing value, blank columns, incorrect data format, which needs to be cleaned first. So you need to process, explore, and condition your data before modeling. The cleaner your data, the better are your predictions. So first, and then you have to model planning. In this stage, you need to determine the method and technique to draw the relation between input variables. The planning for a model is performed by using different statistical formulas or different visualization tools like SQL analysis services, R, SAS. These are some tools used for different purposes. I will name different tools later on also. Then after this model planning, we have to do model building step. In this step, the actual model building process start. Data scientists basically here distributes data set for training and testing part. Techniques like association, classification, clustering are applied to the training data set. The model once prepared in the tested against testing of data sets. Then there's another thing which is called as operationalization. This is the fifth step in which you deliver the final baseline model with reports, code, and technical documents. The model is deployed onto a real-time production environment after thorough testing. After this, there comes the next step, which is called communicating your results. Now, in this stage, the key findings are communicated to all stakeholders. This helps you to decide if the results of the products are a success or a failure based on the input of the model. Then this can be just taken into pictorial form: discovery, data preparation, model planning, model building, operation, communicate results. These are the basic steps of data science process. There are different data science job roles. If you are expertise into any domains which I told you earlier, you can be any of the you can get any of these positions. You can be a data scientist, data engineer, data analyst, statistician, data architect, data admin, business analyst, data analytics manager, depending upon your capabilities and your work. There are different roles of data scientist is a professional who manages data. Uh, there are different positions. I'm not going into detail of these. This is the thing. What different persons do here. Business from businesses, the accountants are there. These are the number crunchers, which are when used with statistics. Similarly, business, the IT guy can be used. Data scientist is there. The perfect data scientist, IT head can be there. So these are basically clubbing modules. If you are having such type of capabilities where you will figure out yourself. So this is a picture to be taken care when how you will progress in your vision to have to become a data scientist. So data scientists are data wranglers, which basically gather and analyze large set of structured and unstructured data. Um, basically, data scientists' work typically involves making sense of messy, unstructured data from sources such as smart devices, since it is collecting each and everything. Everything is not correct. So social media feed, every social media feed is not correct. And emails that do not neatly fit into database. So the data scientists have to take care of how to have good data from it and how to utilize it. So what data scientists have, he or she has having certain technical skills in which coding, handling computational tools, basic software development, big data. So that means you have to be a tech savvy person, having the basically vision of solving scientific problems, how to solve scientific problems. So statistics, she should be a user of statistics, machine learning, computer science, and advanced maths as well. Similarly, business skills are also there. Uh, there are a number of business skills, math and statistics, programming, database. These things are required. Now, I've told you about two terms. One is data science, and another one is data analytics. There are two different terms. Basically, data analytics is a part of data science. Data analytics person uses data analytics software, data management system, database management systems. He uses business intelligence tools, including Microsoft Power BI, data visualization tools. He uses, as well as algorithm development. This is the part of data analytics. But when it comes to data science, he uses computer science tools, machine learning, software development, big data software tools, including Hadoop and Spark. And there's another portion of algorithm development also. So there are much difference between data scientists and data analysts. I'll not go into much details. Then I'll figure out onto applications of data science. Basically, it is considered as deep study of large quantity of data, which involves extracting some meaningful from the raw, structured and unstructured data. The extracting out meaningful data from large amount of use processing of data, and this processing can be done using statistical techniques. And that's why it is sometimes also called as future for AI. For example, Jagrup loves books to read, but every time when he wants to buy some books, he was always confused that which book he should buy. So, since there are plenty of choices in front of him, um, data technique will be useful here. When he opens Amazon, he will get product recommendation on the basis of his previous data. When he chooses one of them, he also gets a recommendation to buy these books. With this one, as this set is most bought, So all recommendation of the products and the showing set of the data books purchased collectively is one of the examples of data science application. So this is there. We can use it in anywhere: healthcare, uh, medical image analysis, drug discovery, bioinformatics, virtual assistants can be there. In transport, we can use at self-driving cars, enhanced driving experience, car monitoring systems in enhancing the safety of passengers. Then financial systems, we are also using data science as customer segmentation, strategic decision making, algorithmic trading, risk analytics, as well as real-time analytics. Similarly, in banking sectors for fraud detection, credit risk monitoring, customer lifetime value, and customer segmentation, it is used. Then for manufacturing, for predicting potential problems, monitoring systems, uh, uh, basically for maintenance scheduling and anomaly detection when it is used. In e-commerce for identifying uh, the consumers and recommending products, analyzing reviews, we are using this. So in search engines, we are also using this. The most powerful application of data science is search engines. As we know, when we want to search for something on the internet, we mostly use search engines like Google, Yahoo, Safari, Firefox. So the data science is used to get the searches faster. So Geeks for Geeks courses, we can, this is um, search something like a data structure and algorithm courses. Then at that time, the Internet Explorer, we get the first link of Geeks for Geeks courses. This happens because the Geeks for Geeks website is visited most in order to get information regarding data structure courses and computer related subjects. So this analysis is done using data science, and we get the topmost visited web links. So there are n areas where we are using this. In targeting recommendation, we use airline routing planning. We are using data science. We are using in gaming like playing chess, EA Sports, etc., etc. This will use data science concept. Medicine and drug discovery is another area where in delivery logistics, like companies like DHL and FedEx, you may are using data science, and this basically helps in companies to find the best route for the shipment of their products, and the best time suited for the delivery, and the best mode of transport to reach destination. The future of data science is massive scale graphs are required, cybersecurity is required. So there are we divided it into two parts. One is blue shaded and another is purple shaded. The blue shaded is basically related to algorithms. So those of you who have algorithm related passion, they can move into these fields, and those who have application oriented things, they can do into these things. So the future is growing along with AI and machine learning. Um, um, Even arms and weapons data science in helping automated solution to identify any attack at a very early stage. Other than data science, can be help in constructing automated things. So data science is growing according to cloud vendor demo. Even when a person accounts for the Earth entire population, the average person expected to generate 1.7 megabytes. This is for the year 2020. Sorry. So pros and cons of data science, there are certain advantages as well as disadvantages. Since data science is in demand, abundances of positions are there, but disadvantages are there also. Mastering data science is nearly very impossible, since there are different fields, different areas where you have to work. A large amount of domain knowledge is required. Arbitrary data may yield unexpected results. Data privacy problems are also there. So these are the things. So this is again a slide which I am willing to show you, that what is the relationship between data science, deep learning and machine learning, and AI. So data science is basically collecting these again the part of machine learning: raw data collection, data processing, data cleansing, exploratory data analysis. Uh, this along with model and algorithms and along with neural networks and communicating and visualizing report. This all comes into data mining, but when it is comprises of models, algorithm, data production, and intelligent agents, this all comes into artificial intelligence. Similarly, deep learning has the aspect of covering data mining and combining artificial intelligence, and machine learning having certain aspects of artificial intelligence and certain aspect of deep learning. This is contributing to uh, uh, basically deep learning. So all these are somehow clubbed, and these are all subsets of AI. AI is a bigger term, and data science algorithms. There are n number of algorithms we are using. I can name various algorithms like logistic regression, principal component analyzer, artificial neural networks, recurrent neural networks, linear regression, K-clustering, K-means clustering, support vector machines, decision trees, and Haribori algorithms. There are, if you want to get into this data science club, you have to have a coding toolbox which have Python, R, SQL, MATLAB sort of things, Java and C++ sort of things you have to know about. So Python is more required, R is required, SQL is used 36%. So these languages are used coding for coding purposes. There are different tools also. SAS is used, Apache is Spark is used, BigML, uh, D3JS, MATLAB, Excel, ggplot, Tableau, Jupyter, Matplotlib, scikit-learn, TensorFlow, Weka. You can use for different purpose. So now I'm summarizing the whole this. The field is very vast, but I have to summarize somewhere. So data science is the area of study which involves extracting insights from vast amount of data by the use of various scientific methods, algorithms, and process. Statistics, visualization, deep learning, machine learning are important data science concepts. Data science processes goes through discovery, data preparation, model planning, model building, operationalization, and communicate result. Important data science job roles are data scientist, data engineer, data analyst, statistician, data architect, data admin, business analyst, and business analytics manager. R, SQL, Python, SSR are essential data science tools. The predictions of business intelligence is looking backward, while for data science, it is looking forward. Important applications of data science are internet search, recommendation system, image and speech recognition, gaming word, online price comparison. High variety of information and data is the biggest challenge of data science technology. If you have any queries, you can ask. Queries are open to. Over to you, Neelu ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So students, if you have any query, just write on chat box, so sir answer. Any students having any query? Yeah, just raise your query, beta. Actually, sir, this is dinner time for hostels.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted this lecture to be from 6 onwards, so that it can end up at 8. But somehow the time has gone to 7 to 9.
Yeah, 6 to 8 is better, sir.
So nothing to worry. There's an interaction if we.
Sir, student having queries.
Yes. Surya Teja. Sir, does it take any real-time work experience to get into data? No, you don't require. You have to get knowledge of these tools and you directly get into. There are large data sets available on Kaggle type of sites. You can get into modeling your problems and you can start working from this day. Just you have to have a brief knowledge of what tools I've told you.
Any more query from any more students who are here?
most of the time I say, if the persons don't have queries, either the teacher is excellent or
No, sir,
the
I think students
students
in
are also excellent.
it's actually after 8:30 they have their dinner time in hostel
Okay.
especially. So I
Okay.
think they are not able to.
Okay, nothing to worry. Okay.
So Anisha, just carry on.
Good. Satyapalli,
Anisha, I need to give presenter access. Now you access, given the presenter access. Anisha, unmute yourself. Yeah, good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. We spend this momentous minute to express our heartfelt gratitude to the chief guest of this evening, Dr. Puneeth Mishra, for taking out time from his busy schedule and for accepting our invitation to be a part of this event, which led to many future professionals being inspired to the fullest. Also, we would be eternally grateful to the head of the department, Mr. Harkiran Beg, Dr. Shanti Shri ma'am, and Dr. Nidhi Singh ma'am, for instilling a sense of unshakable faith in ourselves, for organizing an event of this grandeur amidst the kind of presence of our beloved and feared comrades. This evening has been marked a delightful charm that the enthusiastic participation of our exceptional talents in. It is their involvement in running the department that we cherish beyond bounds. I must thank the SODS team, volunteers for working hard for the past few days to make this webinar successful. Thank you everyone once again for making this a great success. Now I request Dr. Nidhi Singh ma'am to preside the event. Thank you,
Sir,
ma'am.
there is two
Thank you so
questions.
much.
Thank you, Anisha. So there is two questions. I think if you want, you can answer. Then we wind up the session.
There's a question from Paulo Pothu. Sir, you have given the daily, there is 2.5
Quintals of,
bytes of data.
yeah.
But in that, how?
I think how
So,
we manage something like that question is there, sir.
you don't have to manage. The data scientists are working on it. We don't have to go into those much details. So this is the one question. And there's one question from, no, that is already answered.
Why we
If
should think to make our career in data science?
may, why should we think to make our career? If you earn a lot of money and if you want to have go into big companies and work into that and go for foreign tours, you should think to make your career in data science. Since data science is going to be the crush for job hunters nowadays, and they have um, great salary packages. So if you are interested into that, you can work. If in case of any queries, I'm writing down my
Yes, sir. I will provide also your mail ID to students. And sir, one more request from student side. Actually, we want your PPTs. So you share with me, I will share with my students. So
this is online classes.dpmlu. This is my public ID domain. You can, if you have any queries, you can directly write down to me. And thanks, Neelu ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to interact with your students. I hope in case any query, they can contact me anytime.
sure,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Thank you.
So, thank you very much, sir, for sharing your knowledge with us. So at last, I want to say thank you to my respected HOD, sir, who given us lots of such opportunity and platform where students and faculty both learning continuously in different areas, and lots of technology club is there like SODS, and all faculty and students having up to date with recent advances in respective areas. Also, I want to say thank you to Dr. Santishri ma'am, professor in charge, who always supporting us to perform all such activities. Again, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to Puneeth sir for delivering such a wonderful lecture. Hope every participants get benefited through this lecture. And finally, I want to congratulate SODS team, especially Yaswant, Anisha, Harshita, and Sanmukh, to conduct such good event where students get benefited. This event is a grand success for SODS Technology Club. So let's celebrate it as our next lecture in a relevant area. So with these words, I want to wind up the session. Thank you everyone to be part of this event. So Puneeth sir, can I wind up the session?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you.
Namaste, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir.